What's up, guys? It's Brandon Brightside here again for another breakdown. UFC 202, Donald Cerrone versus Rick Story in a welterweight fight. It is so hot in my room right now, so please forgive me. Probably going to be wiping my head a lot because I am sweating so much. With that being said, I'm going to wipe my head right there. Let's get started. So we have Donald Cerrone, 37-1. That's 30 wins, 7 losses, 1 no contest, I'm pretty sure, possibly a draw, but I'm pretty sure it's a no contest. Versus Rick Story, 19-8. So, Rick Story, the wrestler, Donald Cerrone, the kickboxer. And Donald's got amazing jiu-jitsu, especially off his back as well. Not a good thing if you're Rick Story, considering Rick wants to pick Donald up, put him on his ass, and pound his face into the dirt. And you just can't do that with somebody like Donald because he's so dangerous off his back. Triangles coming from nowhere. So it's going to be really interesting, especially if it does go to the ground. So look out for that in this fight for sure. Let's jump right into the losses here. We have Rick Story. Last loss was to Calvin Gastelum. It was a split decision. Very close fight. A lot of Rick's fights are like that. Same with Gastelum. Really, when that fight's announced, looking at records, looking at everything all together, you could probably call a split decision on that pretty easily. I'm sure if I watched it again, I'd probably give the fight to Rick. I'm not sure. It's fuzzy. I'm trying to recall the fight, but who knows? Split decisions. They are hard to really break them down because everybody sees it a different way. That's why it was a split decision to begin with, because 2 out of 3 people just didn't agree. So that's Story's last loss. We have Cerrone's last loss comes from Dos Anjos in the first round. It was a TKO, and I'm pretty sure his last loss before that even came to Dos Anjos. So I'm pretty sure his last losses are 2 consecutive losses to Dos Anjos, not back to back, but it was like a Dos Anjos loss, a little run there, and then another Dos Anjos loss, if I'm not mistaken. It was that first round body kick, I'm pretty sure, TKO Donald, as Dos Anjos was in the middle of that looking unstoppable animal green Hulk thing that he has been doing. So, that was when that went down. And Donald jumped up to welterweight after that. And that brings us right into the wins, with Donald's last win coming with that TKO over Patrick Cote, which was just amazing to watch. Cote's got it's just a chin that you can't put the guy to sleep. You can't put the guy to sleep. And Donald, coming up to 170, TKO'd him. So that says something right there. Donald's got the hands. Donald has got the hands. I'm pretty sure it started with a head kick. I might be mistaken on that too. I'm pretty sure it started with a head kick. But, Donald, you really watch that fight. Donald really did dominate a lot of that fight. Yeah, Cote had his moments. He's just an aggressive, great fighter. Likes to come at you, chase you down. That's why they call him Predator. But it just goes to show Cerrone has got some great stand-up because he TKO'd Cote. And if I'm not mistaken, that's Cote's actual first time ever being finished by strikes. I want to say that. We'll throw that in there. Again, I might be mistaken, but I think that was the first time Cote had been finished by strikes. He had the knee blowout. He's had some decisions. I think he has been submitted. We could look it up quick, but I'm not going to. Feel free to do so on your own. And like I said, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure that's how that went down. So, Kote's an animal, he's a warrior, and Cerrone TKO'd him. So that just goes to show you right there, Cerrone's looking good. And then we'll go on to Story's last fight. Yeah, I think it was his last fight. Also, his last win was Tarek Saffiedine. Tarek Saffiedine, a guy who was looking pretty unstoppable Strikeforce days. Like, he was looking really good. Yeah, he had that fight with Rory. Now, since he's been in the UFC, he's kind of been hit or miss. But still, a great fighter. Either way, doesn't matter how you look at it, whether you're not a fan of Tarek or not, whether you are a fan of Tarek or not, you have to give Tarek the props, which means you have to give Story the props for winning the decision over him. I'm pretty sure that was their last fight, so it just goes to show again, Story also in great form. Saffiedine held the Strikeforce title, I'm pretty sure, at one point, so that just goes to show you right there, Story's no joke. And so let's get right down into the prediction of what I think is going to happen here. And this one's hard. This one's really hard. I really do see Story kind of standing there boxing with him, but shooting a takedown. The first time he gets a good chance at a takedown, first time he really starts to time a leg, I'm sure Story's going to shoot for that takedown. And I love Donald, but I think Donald will end up on his back. Like I said before, not necessarily a bad thing. Donald is an animal, and I think Donald can handle himself. So don't be surprised if this fight isn't on the feet as much as people would like to think. I think there will be some pretty awesome standout moments in the stand-up coming from both of them, coming from Rick as well. So don't underestimate Rick's Story. But when the fight is all said and done, everything's over, the person who I think will have their hands raised, I really do think it'll be Cerrone, and I'm going to call it a third round sub. I really do think that Story's probably going to take Donald down, probably going to give him a little bit of damage. It might even, take a round, might take 2 rounds. And I think he's going to get confident. I think Story's going to get a little bit too relaxed there, and Donald's going to slip something in there. I'm really thinking the triangle. I'm not going to get that cocky. Hell, I probably won't even get the prediction right, because it's the fucking fight game. This is hard as hell. This is just my best educated guess. And I'm going to say Donald Cerrone, 3rd round submission. So that's that. And look forward to seeing you guys again. Thank you very much. Let me know if you agree or disagree down in the comments below. And look out for my next video. I want to do Teixeira versus Johnson, but it's such a hard fight. It really is. And I kind of just want to give you guys a cop-out with that. So I've been debating it. I mean, when it comes to predictions, I could give it to you right now at the end of this video, but I'm going to make you wait for it. I really am, because I think I am going to do a full video on it. If not, I apologize, but if so, keep an eye out for it. I'm Brandon Brightside. Have a good day. Peace out, guys.